and I truly believe Sarasota must be livable for everyone, longtime residents, young families, renters, and small business owners. I'd be honored to have your support. My campaign is grassroots. I'm here to listen to you, learn from you, and stand up for you. Together, we can repair what's broken, rebuild trust, make Sarasota livable for everybody, with a quality of life for all to enjoy. And just so you know, I do my research, I follow the meetings, I read up all the backup materials. Your Alderman Oates rezone vote, I would have voted against it. You would have had a third vote. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Flo. Thank you so much. Isn't that nice? Somebody in our community. We've got another gentleman in our community that would like to invite up, Rob Romanecki. Rob?
Thanks everyone for having me here today. Just want to let you know a little bit about. I want to let you know a little bit about why my family chose to live in Sarasota. We're originally from New York, born and bred in Brooklyn. Worked in the Guggenheim Museum for 15 years. I was the head of security and safety, and we chose Sarasota beyond the obvious, Selby Gardens, but we chose it because it's a paradise, a subtropical paradise. It has 8 school systems, which was a big choice for us. We had little kids when we decided to move here. And we also have an amazing hospital system, which is also important when you have little kids. They get hurt all the time. And we love the neighborhoods. One of the first places we came here before we even moved here was Indigenous. We came to visit and we were taken there. We love this neighborhood because of the cobblestones. We have a friend that lives a couple of blocks away from here. And when we're here a year, we decided to move into Arlington Park. We are Flo's neighbor. Yes. We're split by Jefferson Street, and we love the park and the neighborhood. We walk every day to the park. Our son plays basketball and tennis, and I love it because I can take my car to Ford to get the oil change, and I can walk back and forth to my house, walk to Publix, and it's a big part of why we like the city too, because a lot of the neighborhoods you can't walk through. And one of the reasons why I decided to run was I think that we really have an opportunity in Sarasota to be a model for the rest of the state and other coastal towns. We have talented and dedicated people. We have amazing organizations inside the city that care about the whole community. We have 50 separate neighborhoods that are registered, and everybody cares. And I think as partners, we could make this city amazing. And the problem is sometimes we take steps back. We start getting progress, and then we take a few steps back. One of the big points that are positive right now is we just hired we didn't sign anything yet, but a new city manager. And I think that's amazing. I watched while I was driving to pick up my son. I was tuned in online, and I thought Ms. Frelling was by far the best choice, and I'm excited about that. But at that point, part of the step back was it took almost 2 years to get to that point. And it started, and then in 2025, in May, it got shut down. The first search got shut down in a 3-2 vote. And then we started again, and it'll be almost a year before we start again. But we need to move forward with that. And we have to get cohesive and stop indecisions that slow us down. And another point about indecision, and this really touched me, and I saw it at Tiber Bay last week, and I know it means a lot to you, is the removal of the sidewalk art. And that hurts me, coming from an arts and culture background. I was really upset that it happened the way it did, and we lost it without much of anything. And if elected, I will definitely get in touch with the people in Tallahassee. We need to change that. We need to make sure we can get it back.
John, thank you. Thank you very much. Excellent. Appreciate your time. Fantastic. Isn't this nice having these folks here in front of us?
Yes.
That's great.
Wonderful.
So next I'd like to bring up John Harshman. John?
That's wonderful.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, and thank you all for having us today. My name is John Harshman. I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, and right out of high school I went to a little college in Northwest Georgia. And in 1974, when I was 18, on the Ides of March, and with $20 in my pocket, I hitchhiked into Sarasota to visit my sister and brother-in-law who were then attending New College. I immediately fell in love with Sarasota, and the next day I secured 2 jobs, working construction during the day and washing dishes at Zim's restaurant. I put myself through USF, working a variety of jobs, including digging ditches, planting trees, waiting tables and tending bar at the original Waltz, and working for a small newspaper in Bradenton and selling advertising. Once I graduated from USF, I knew that Sarasota was my home, but I need to figure out a career to build a life here. Fortunately, in the early 1980s, I found real estate. And in 1989, I founded Harshman & Company, a commercial real estate firm in downtown Sarasota. So you may be asking yourselves, how does a 45-year career in commercial real estate prepare me and qualify me to be your next city commissioner? Well, simply,
Everything. All of it.
I ran my own business, and all that entails, particularly adhering to a budget, but I also learned about the future land use code. I learned about the zoning code. I learned about negotiations and where to detect the leverage in each negotiation and when to apply it. I was also learned many of the very clever tricks that some developers use. And I know a bad development and a bad deal when I see it. I learned early on in my career that being part of the community meant giving back. And I've committed to numerous causes and served on many not-for-profit boards around Sarasota, including Girls Incorporated, the Environmentally Sensitive Lands Program, the ballet, and the CRA Advisory Board, just to name a few. And in my spare time, I taught Taekwondo to hundreds of Sarasota adults and students and won the national championship in sparring along the way.
Woo.
Thank you. So from all of my volunteer work with the different not-for-profit boards, I was able to learn how boards work and to work with the other board members to reach consensus. From my business career, I learned that evidence-based data decisions is paramount. I also learned that market research is very, very important to make good decisions. And from my martial arts, I learned discipline and focus. Now, we can all agree that the City Commission can benefit from having someone on the board with the skill sets. I have a reputation for honesty, integrity, doing what's right, and getting things done. I'm John Harshman, and I would love to have your support and your vote for City Commission. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you, John. That's wonderful. And the last but not least are Jen Ahern Couch, who is going to be sharing a little time with us here.
Thank you. Take off your glasses. Sorry about that. Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Right now I'm wearing my City Commission hat because I have 3 things that I wanted to say. Number 1 is to this woman over here with your flooding issues. Please email me and I'll try to do what I can to help you out. And Alvi Marie, the city staffer earlier, said that if you have problems with the Oak Street, contact her or contact Ron. Oh, she said not her. She said Ron. You can also contact me. I'll be here staying around afterwards. If anybody needs my card, call me, reach out to me, email me anytime you want. And then number 3 is I want to thank all the candidates that showed up today. I am your current Sarasota City Commissioner. And I am running for re-election. These 3 other fine folks have not done this before, and it's quite the job to step in a role as a citizen. They have an incredible amount to learn and to do and work in front of them, and they have put themselves out there. It's not easy to do this. It's not easy to be a candidate, and it's not easy to be a city commissioner, and I really want to thank them, these three fine folks. So thank you all very, very much. So I'm taking off my city commissioner hat. I'm trying to avoid the sun over here, and I want to put on my candidate hat. And on my candidate hat, I am running for re-election because of you, because of each and every one of you, and because Laurel Park is such a special place. It's special to you, and it's special to me, and it needs to be protected. Laurel Park, as you know, is a residential neighborhood right on the edge of downtown core. So you have been trying to protect your neighborhood, what you love about your neighborhood for so long. This started with the designation of your National Historic District with over 300 contributing structures. And then it continued on in the Laurel Park overlay that you have. You're very, very lucky to have this overlay, and if you don't know about it, I direct you to ask Ron more about it. But the reason why you all have an overlay is because of this special neighborhood that you have. You have your historic homes, you have your charm, you have your quaintness, you have your quality of life, and you have your property values. And those all those things need to be protected. And this overlay gives you a voice when the city is developing right on your edge. That pressure is not going to stop. Our growth is not going to stop. And nobody's suggesting that it does stop. What we're suggesting is that you have this very special overlay and this very special opportunity to participate in your government, to have voice and a say in how this city continues to grow. I'm so happy to see you all here. There are so many people at this neighborhood association, and when you gather like this, when you are a force with which to be reckoned, we must do it. And I have to say, I have spent my entire 2 decades protecting this neighborhood and other neighborhoods that are valuable to this city, and I will continue to do it. I ask for your vote, I ask for your support. If you'd like a city card, I've got one. If you'd like a vote for Jen for me card, vote for me a card. And if you'd like to volunteer, I also have a sign-up sheet here. I think that little buzzer was me.
That's okay. Jen, thank you so much. Lovely. Quite a bit of information from all these candidates, and we thank them all. Absolutely.
Hello all, I'm not running for city commission, I'm a neighborhood planner. And I just wanted to tell you about one little event that is occurring not this Saturday, but next Saturday. It's time to clean out your old bank statements and documents, and it is a free shredding event. You can bring up to 4 boxes to the Van Wezel parking lot. And this year it's also taking select electronics, old cell phones, old laptops. So I'm gonna pass these flyers out already. Thank you.
That's Nancy Kelly. Thank you so much, Nancy, for being here. All right, so in the spirit of trying to keep things on track with our agenda, I think we're doing pretty well. We're halfway through our agenda. So far, so good. Value for everybody here. Getting a chance to talk to these candidates, talking a little bit about what's going on with Oak Street. We thought we'd take a moment to kind of discuss LPNA. Why LPNA? Who are we? What are we here for you? And what members of our board, your board, have been dutifully serving for you. So the organization as it is not an HOA per se, right? We all know that we don't have very much control, but what we do have is a conduit of information and conversation with the right people within our city. So that's very important. And a lot of times people will refer to Laurel Park Neighborhood Association members as those folks that are kind of NIMBY, not in my backyard folks. And that couldn't be any further from the truth. What we are, we're educated homeowners that are thoughtful and careful about what we represent here in an ever-growing, as Jan mentioned, an ever-growing, ever-expanding city, which we love. So your neighborhood association is made up of board members that do give of their time and attend various types of city meetings and events on our behalf, as well as orchestrating and putting together some great activities. Twice a year we have this Laurel Park Neighborhood Association get together, which I want to thank the proprietor and owner of Tamiami Tap, Mark Epstein, for allowing us to be here. Mark also happens to be a member of your board, and I'd love to take the opportunity to just point out how lucky we are in our community to have this resource as well. I bring family members here and friends all the time, so it's wonderful to have that. In addition to these neighborhood meetings twice a year, we also, I'm sure many of you are familiar, we also have our Tunes in the Park, or our Music in the Park gathering. And hopefully some of you attended the last one, or the last two. If everybody enjoyed them, it was a great time, and it's a great gathering and an opportunity to meet our neighbors and really get a chance to enjoy an evening out in our beautiful park. So the Music in the Park, I think, is something that's also very unique and brings our little community together. Now, new members are always something that I think is fun and interesting. And if we had any new members within Laurel Park Neighborhood Association, perhaps somebody that might have signed up this evening, we would love to have you stand up, introduce yourself, and let us put a name with a face. And I'm going to start over here with Jenny.
Hi, my name is Jenny Wilcox. I bought at 1919 Laurel Street. I think my sellers are here somewhere. I'm a part-time resident, but I owned a Lido Key for 10 years. Unfortunately, I got flooded out several times. I'm excited to be part of this neighborhood. I've been watching the neighborhood. I think it's got historic charm, and I look forward to getting involved in the association. Thank you.
And happy birthday. Thank you, Jenny. Welcome. We're excited to have you here.
Good evening. I'm Kurt McDaniel. My wife Deirdre. We moved in 1 week ago. The movers.
Welcome.
Yeah. So we've been working through all the boxes and everything for the last week. We're making great progress. But for 2 months before that, we were at an Airbnb at Morrill Street in Osprey. We really loved the neighborhood, and that's why we bought a place here.